are not what I deserve!
Welcome to this video, and it's Christian from the premiere, and episode 3 of Yellowjackets is titled Damn the Breaks. Right off the bat, that title screams that things are about to go sideways, doesn't it? In that description, a hostile reunion ignites chaos. See, that tells me we're not getting a friendly little tea party here. Whatever fragile peace they might have been holding to, this could mean a few things. This could be Coach with the girls, or Lottie and Shauna. So we're talking full-blown Yellowjackets level chaos, and ignite chaos among former teammates. That's interesting, right? It's not some external threat, not just the wilderness itself, though let's be real, that's always a threat, but the Yellowjackets turning on each other. This could be both in the past and in the present. I mean, let's not overlook that moment with Misty and the reunion photo. So after that sleepover, we see her burning the group photo. Now, on the surface, you might read this as just Misty being Misty. Well, unpredictable, maybe a little mad. Alright, maybe mad at herself, or Shauna, or Lottie. And the group photo is a symbol of their shared past, a fragile bond. Why? Because Misty, underneath all the denial and the forced cheerfulness, is furious. Furious at Shauna for calling her out, and furious at herself for letting Natalie down. And burning that picture is a symbol act of what? Rejection, defiance, self-destruction. We even see her in the trailer breaking the image, and we know this is from episode 3, going from the image in IMDb, so maybe all the above. Is like she's saying, fine, if this what is our bond means, this messy, painful, guilt-ridden thing, then I don't want it. She's listening to her anger, to her isolation, to that deep-seated fear of being alone, and she's choosing to burn the connections rather than deal with the pain. In a way, that's the sound of Misty slamming the door on her past, even as she's desperately holding to pieces of it in that storage unit we saw in episode 1. So it's a performance, a way to convince herself, and maybe even us, that she doesn't need them, that she wants the isolation. But underneath that performance, that fire is fueled by a whole lot of pain. And I feel and think that's going to be the motif of episode 3, and it's fire and ignite. So you know, and you think after everything they have been through, they be glued together, but nope. This is Yellowjackets and teammates in the show. That just means people who are really good at hurting each other emotionally and probably physically, let's be honest. Okay, let's get into this episode 3 preview, Yellowjackets, because them's the breaks, and that title alone is just loaded. It's like a promise, a thread, all rolled into one. You know, them's the break. It's like that's just how it is. Deal with it. In the trailer, we see Shauna and Misty in the car, and maybe the brakes damage. And this could be Shauna blaming on Misty, but this is just a theory. But in Yellowjacket world, that could mean everything about to go off, and we're all just passengers along for the ride. And I love when they do that with the titles, just that little hint of impending doom. Now, the description also is throwing us right into the fire with a
not the best, and you are not what I deserve!
Hostile reunion ignites chaos among former teammates. So, hostile reunion. So that could be a fragile piece we maybe saw at the end of episode 2 with Shauna and Mary, shattered, gone, a poof, and chaos among former teammates. See, that's what I'm thinking. It's going to be really interesting to see. It's not just about external threats anymore. It's also about the Yellowjackets themselves turning on each other. And then we have Lottie and Callie. So Lottie's behavior gives Callie unexpected insights into her mom's dark history. Oh, now this is juicy. Unexpected insights from Lottie? That's never going to be a feel-good history lesson. So I'm picturing Callie already on the edge and getting on a front row seat to the Shauna origin story, Wilderness Edition, courtesy of the Queen herself. So what kind of insights are we talking about? Is Lottie going to reveal some deep, dark secret about Shauna from out there? Is she going to twist the narrative to make Shauna look even worse? And how is Callie going to process any of this, especially after everything she's already been through? This has the potential to be a major turning point for Callie, a real descent maybe into her mother's world. Is Lottie preying on Callie's own darkness, recognizing a good spirit? So I'm picturing Lottie as this kind of twisted mentor for her, showing her the ropes of the Yellowjacket brand of crazy, and her, Callie, wanting to understand her mom, wanting to understand herself. She might just listen, and that's terrifying. I mean, Lottie still got that pull, the ability to see into people, to get under their skin. And Callie, she's burnable, she's confused, she's clearly got some darkness of her own building up. Simone says it's on her own self-destructive mission and sees something in Callie. Fragility and darkness is what Lottie's searching for, and that becomes so weird and twisted. Weird and twisted, that sounds like Lottie. But searching for Callie, why Callie? Is Lottie again looking for a successor? Is she trying to pass the Antler Queen torch, or whatever the hell it is, to Shauna's daughter? I will explore more of this in my theory video coming tomorrow. If Lottie sets her sights on Callie, Shauna's going to go nuclear. Maybe that's what the synopsis is saying or implying. That's a showdown I will pay to see. And then we have Ty and Ben face consequences for their past actions. Consequences. In Yellowjackets speak, that's code for something really bad is about to happen. Now, what past actions are they talking about? It is their choices in the wilderness finally coming back to bite them in a real way in the present day. Or is it something more existential? You know, like the wilderness itself is reaching out to collect a debt. I'm seeing towards the first option. So remember how Ben always be more open to the supernatural stuff, like Lottie's visions. And Thaisa is always doubtful, always trying to control things with logic. Is she going to be forced to confront the possibility that there's our forces at play here that she just cannot explain? I'm thinking this is going to be heavy, like emotionally heavy for this too. And after the events of what happened with the waiter, I imagine she's going to let Ben know. Now the question is, does Mary actually escape? Well, that pepper spray in the trailer gives her a window, a chance to break free. And the fact that the girls immediately go searching for her or Coach Ben is likely. I imagine they're gonna find Mary, they're going to find Coach Ben in that cave. Or is the wilderness leading them all deeper into his heart, into a darkness that's even more profound, more inescapable than we ever imagined? Episode 3 feels like it's not just pushing them to the breaking point, it's also pulling them into the abyss. And we also see Natalie in the cave, so maybe. We even see Ben having visions like fire, so I imagine that maybe they're gonna have different visions. Even Shauna is like in the water, but doesn't make sense. So see, that's Yellowjackets in a nutshell. The perfect setting, this return to nature, twisted into something horrific. It sounds like the gloves are off in the wilderness timeline, but it's not all doom and gloom, right? Well, okay, maybe it's mostly it is, but the cast and creators are saying we're going to get some answers this season. Melanie said a lot of answers that I found personally very satisfying. So satisfying in Yellowjackets land probably means so crushingly revealing, but hey, I will take it. Very clear answers to two of the biggest mysteries about what happened in the wilderness. Now that I'm excited to see, maybe the pit girl or the antler queen, or maybe how I'll survive during that time. They're promising something big, but so yeah, expect pain with your answers. Yellowjackets doesn't do happy endings, and Christina, she texted Melanie after reading a script just to say, "Are you okay? That's intense. Whatever Shauna goes through this season is going to be dark." And poor Misty, Christina says she's in denial about Natalie's death, having trouble connecting with her emotions. But it also sounds like she might actually have to deal with her grave this season. But that's just my breakdown for and preview for episode 3. What are your thoughts and theories? I'm excited to see where this season goes. My name is Christian from the Premiere, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye, everyone.